everybody, Dr. Donna here. Today we're going to learn and talk a little bit about ear infections. If your kiddo has chronic ear infections, I'm here to tell you a couple of things. Number one, you got to check their gut. Number two, you got to check their upper cervicals. What does that really mean? When you look at the ear and how it's draining, there's a lot feeding into that area, right? Number one, we're going to take a look at the top of the spine. If that first vertebra is a little kinked and misaligned, it's not going to allow for proper drainage. Number two, if we've got a ton of inflammation sitting within the sinuses, that's not going to help either because it's all going to pour this way. Chiropractic care for ear infections is phenomenal because it's going to take a look at that atlas, that first vertebra, completely align it, along with checking the rest of the spine and seeing where else that immune system is talking to us and where else we get to adjust so that body accelerates its healing, self-healing, and self-regulating process. Number two, a lot of you most recently have had a lot of colds and it's going this way too. So I know you're already getting adjusted. Some of you have used the red level laser, which we've talked about before. That red level laser has certain frequencies that we set right after your adjustment that's going to stimulate internally some accelerated healing. So if you've never tried that, check that out too. But the other thing that you can do is jump. Get on a trampoline, get on the vibration plate that we have here, or just jump. Why? That's gonna allow your lymphatic system to just work. When your lymph is stagnant, your immune system is stagnant. So any type of rebounding, any type of trampoline work, any type of vibrational plate work, that's going to get the entire body and that lymphatic system completely just clearing out, right? And lastly, you wanna hydrate. You wanna hydrate for the same reason. You're gonna get on that trampoline, you're gonna jump. You're gonna move stuff around in the system, and now you're gonna hydrate. You're gonna have your bone broth. You're gonna have your Relight, which is gonna be electrolytes for your water. You're gonna add your trace minerals. Whatever it is your go-to, don't have Gatorade and Pedialyte and anything with junky colors. Pick the better stuff for your health, and then help your body pee it out, have it in your bowel, just flush the whole system out. So remember, with ear infections too, the last thing, you do not have an ear infection due to a lack of antibiotics. Did you hear that? You do not have an ear infection due to a lack of antibiotics. And no one can just look in your ear and tell you that you have an infection just upon looking. They can't do that. They're gonna see redness, they might see an explosion in there, but they can't definitively tell you just by sight if something is bacterial or if something is viral. Look, there are situations where absolutely you're gonna need to use those antibiotics, but you're gonna start with ear drops as opposed to taking something oral. Why? Because this is gonna stay very specific. This is gonna just wreck your gut as a whole. And number two, you're not gonna do that until someone actually tests something and sees what it is. Most of the time, ear infections are viral anyway, but you don't wanna just take antibiotics and wreck your gut. Start with some garlic oil in there, put some hydrogen peroxide, increase your immune supplements, get adjusted, of course, do some better proactive things, because if it is not bacterial, you're gonna take one dose of antibiotics, and then you're gonna take another dose of antibiotics for that first dose, and then you're gonna take a third dose for that second dose, and this cycle never stops. So be mindful of what you're doing, be proactive with your health, and choose the most non-invasive, natural approach first.